Hey guys, got another farm for you today. So today we're going to be located over here in Terokkar Forest, right over here in this area, killing the Skettis. I think I said that right, I'm not really sure, but the ugly bird people. So we're going to be killing them, looking for the shadow dust and the time lost scrolls. But there's a first step you have to do to this. So you're going to want to come over here and you're going to want to kill the Skettis and get 6 of these shadow dusts. And then once you have 6 of them, you're going to come back to this guy right here and you're going to turn them in and you're going to get the elixir of shadows. This is what allows you to be able to see the shadowed Skettis, to be able to get the time lost scrolls to drop. And the reason these things still hold such a good value and have a great sales rate is this is a reputation grind. These are items to get rep. There's 6 different mounts you can get from here when you get exalted. So people would rather, instead of having to come out and grind the rep, even though it doesn't take that long. I think it took me 3.5 hours to go from none to exalted, but some people are lazy and they don't want to do that. So they'll just buy the items off the auction house and come over here and turn them in to get the rep. Which is also another good point. If you haven't gotten these mounts yet, this is a great farm because each one of these birds you kill gives you rep. So you could technically come over here and do this farm as well as grind out the rep and get these mounts, which is how I learned about this farm in the first place. The last couple weeks, I've been doing a lot of mount farming and I happen to not have these mounts. So I came over to get them and noticed these items were still selling really well. So I figured I'd run it for an hour and see how much gold I can make. And I'd like to take a second to remind everybody to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future farms and so you're entered in the 10 million gold giveaway. I've also created an in-game community and a Discord for people interested in sharing farming tips with each other and putting together some group farms. Hopefully here soon we'll have enough people where I can start doing daily group farms. So if that's something you're interested in, the link for both of those will be in the description below. And another thing, so that buff you get that allows you to see the shadow Skettis only lasts for 20 minutes. So keep an eye on that. When it wears out, you want to go back and get another one and re-up. And while doing my research for this farm, I've noticed there's a couple other content creators who have made videos on this farm as well. And they're really good. And but I'm going to show you a trick that could make you a little bit more gold per hour. Instead of just farming the shadow dust and the time lost scrolls, you could actually take the scrolls and turn them into something else to make even more gold per hour. And I'll show you what I'm talking about here in just a second. So you're going to want to get 10 of the time lost scrolls. Once you have 10 of them, like right here, you're going to come over to these purple glowing ruins that are on the ground, and there's these bone skull piles that spawn in the middle. You're going to want to click on them and summon one of each of these bosses. So these bosses have a chance to drop an item. I'll show you what item I'm talking about here in just a second. It takes a second for them to actually be attackable. So this is the item right here. So each one of these bosses drop one of these, and these are used to summon the big boss in the middle, which has a chance to drop a really sought after toy, the time lost figurine, which is soulbound. So anybody who wants that toy has to come kill this boss. So they will buy those items because a lot of people can't be bothered to actually come out here and do the grind. So you take 10 of them, you turn them into that, and each one of them will give you one of them items. And if you noticed, those items sell for more than what 10 of the scrolls do. So it's actually a good way to just boost your gold per hour. Definitely recommend trying that part out. Now, like I said, you could just do the shadow dust and the scroll farm and still make over 20,000 gold an hour. Just doing it this way makes you a little bit more. And I recommend doing it every 10 to 20 you get, because the skull piles have a respawn time. So if you wait to the very end, you'll be sitting around waiting for them to respawn. So farm up a little bit and then turn them in. That way those bone piles continue to respawn for you as you're doing this farm. So that's pretty much the farm. You just run around killing these guys and turning in them scrolls to get the bosses to spawn. So I'm going to run it for an hour, and then I'll come back at the end and we'll take a look at the loot I made and what the gold per hour potentially is for this farm. I'll see y'all there. All right, that was 1 hour doing that farm. Let's take a look at the loot we got. So it looks like I was able to get 182 of the shadow dust, which is really good for an hour. And then I have a couple leftover time lost scrolls. And then I was able to get 6 of each of these. And like I said, these are important for anybody who wants to get that time lost figurine, that cool toy, because the toy itself is bind on pickup, as well as the time lost offering. And it takes one of each of these to get the offering to summon in order to get a chance to get that toy. So people buy these because they don't want to come out here and be bothered to have to do the grind. So they'll just buy these up and come out here and summon Terok over and over again. So definitely really good. Definitely recommend checking this out. And then you could get some decent transmog and patterns from here as well. Like I got this ornate corium rifle pattern, and then I also got this battle scythe. Goes for about 6k, and then about 3k for the pattern. Overly not too bad. And then just some disenchanting materials. These are nothing big, just a little extra gold. So if we look at the overall gold, it looks like it was a 37,000 gold an hour farm. But if we take off the transmog, because you're not guaranteed to get the transmog, we're probably looking between 25 to 28,000 gold an hour, which is really good gold per hour for a farm that's not strictly transmog. This is definitely one I recommend jumping on. Well, thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video.